Hey guys, Phil Sherman from Studio 44 here, and we have another Stadium Extravaganza video for you to check out. I know in the last video I kind of teased the Stadium Creator Whodunit match game, but I think we're going to hold off on that just because I'd like to sneak in a few more familiar faces. I know in this video we have like 3 stadiums from people who did not request these stadiums to be shown. I just happened to come across them in the vault, and I wanted to showcase them. Also, I have 2 or 3 users who only have 1 or 2 stadiums in, and we're not really familiar with their style yet. So I'm going to hold off on that game. We do have plenty of all-star creators in here, and I have one from myself that I'm going to bust out for you. And all these stadiums are pretty cool, so let's check them out. Roscoe V34 is leading off today. He has KEEM Field for us. It's in KEEM, Texas, has an altitude of 100 feet, built in 2024. Right field kind of jumps out to me first, seeing the bleachers, double layer of bleachers. That takes you up to this cool concourse on a little hill with some bushes and greenery on it. Looking pretty cool underneath the scoreboard, which is labeled KEEM Field. KEEM? Am I saying it right? That's a Sewell shot right there, right? How'd I do? Sewell looking good. But there's the party pier. Now, does this take you out to the Gulf of Mexico? Is this a lake I don't know about in Texas, or a river maybe? I've never been. Don't know much about Texas. But the mountain or the hill kind of curls all the way around the batter's eye. San Diego Padres batter's eye. Standing room only, hugging up against the home run fence here with some fan set. What are these called? I don't use these enough. They got a roof, covered party deck, and they got like 2 levels of stuff that you can use. So, yeah, I should use that more. That's a cool little prop. This is a cool use of this little balcony, or whatever you would call this landing on this hotel. Old school hotel. Got the smokehouse and picnic tables, but everybody's lined up against that rail. Check out the game. Bleachers curl around the corner. Pretty standard around and behind. Wiffle ball field in the corner with more picnic tables in front of that. Super fun. The Brew Hoo Hoo and Paradise Dining. Excellent. It's deep. 365 and 355 down the lines. At a decent altitude, though, so that might help you get some home runs out, some more home runs out. Cool entryways with those futuristic props from the Future City kit. Excellent. Roscoe V34. Very nice stadium to start us off. BMO Ballpark 2 is next up on the list. It's in Toronto, Ontario. Has an altitude of 1,250 feet. Built in 2019. And that was built by our good buddy Mogo Pens. Again, right field sticks out to me. I like the arches with the statues in between the arches. Some people are checking them out. Ooh, I like the benches there, too. So you get tired from walking around the stadium before the game or after the game. Have a seat, chill out. Bleacher section here with concessions in the back. And we have the garbage cans holding it up. Very nice. I mean, they do look like pillars, and I wish they would give us some kind of pillars that we could use. Some round ones, some beam-looking ones like these guys. Some bigger ones, some smaller ones. I just think it makes sense. Then you have a bleacher section under the Hit It Here sign. Lots of layers out here. Very nice. And I love this layered section of luxury seating kind of sticking out from this building that has that little roof. So you can hit some balls onto here and watch them get wedged up there. Very nice. Then the top deck rolls all the way around. Very clean looking. BMO Ballpark. In left field, we got some waterfalls. Looking very nice right there. And then between the decks, the big waterfall taking you into the little one from the Atlanta Braves' new stadium. Sunkist, right? Sunkist Stadium? Sunkist Field? More concessions hidden back here with people standing along the railing, watching the game from there. More seating, more concessions, and then a top deck over here down the line as well. Ooh, nice custom bullpen, too. I can't... Maybe I'll have to do it in one of my newer stadiums. Just can't get myself to use the space for I probably should, because I find myself not finding ideas for a lot of space. But, yep, pitcher's mound and... Oh, no home plate, but, yeah, it still looks great. I apologize if at times it sounds like I'm fighting a cough. For whatever reason today, I'm hurting. I feel great, but I can't get a lot of words out before a coughing fit shows up. So jump cuts, cough fighting, it might come up in this video. So my apologies. It may sound like I'm starting to do Rome, but for the most part, just hiding the cough. Don't show up, calling Rome, coughing, hacking up a lung. Doesn't sound good. More of me, less of the clones. Better the show's going to be. Have a take. Don't suck. Yeah, this plaza looks really cool, too. With a little pool and fountains. And then a fountain in the middle of this plaza. Fantastic. Ooh, I didn't notice the Hall of Fame circle. This is another thing I don't use very much. The Philadelphia Phillies batter's eye. The main reason is because from home plate, when you're hitting, it looks fairly flat. I mean, it looks very, like, two-dimensional. And I know that it has the layers, you know, with the trees and then the wall with the ivy on it and stuff like that. But from home plate, it just kind of looks like a wall. And then behind it, there's still a lot of space that it takes up. And because of the stupid batter's eye thing where you can't get close enough to it, you kind of got to build around it for just a flat surface up front. Like this guy's flat, but you still have space behind it that you can build. But Mogul Pens, you did a great job with this, so it's kind of hard to knock that batter's eye when you used it in such a great stadium. The stadium is so great. In fact, I think I have to stamp it. 2 stadiums in, and the video sees its first stamp. So thank you, Mogul Pens. Ballpark at the Results in Palm Springs, California is next. Altitude of 479 feet, built in 2024, and our good buddy Schmitty VG submitted the stadium to us. Cool looking different layers of hills behind the batter's eye. Dig it. Using the San Francisco Giants batter's eye. You got the dinosaur prop back here. Oh, I like this deck that's built on it. Takes you around. Whoa, ho, hey, yo. Nice. That's fun. Part of it's covered. You got some of the fancy seating. What do you call these things again? Posh. Posh seating. Posh seating. Nice steps. See, I don't know if the escalator idea would work here, because there's not a lot surrounding the steps, but anyway, this freaking deck is amazing. There's a pool back here, more posh seating. People are chilling out, getting a break from the sun under here. And then you got the bungalow house thingies. Very cool. And this is the bungalow row. Standing room only back here. Very, very short fence. And canoes! Canoes in the water. Oh, I never noticed this thing had a little waterfall on it before. That's fun. Awesome. Camera well back here. Looks like a little minor league park. Very nice. Singers kind of faces off the outside of the stadium. Nice, Schmitty. That deck, man. And the quirky outfield dimensions. Very fun. Oh, I like the sign back here, too. That runs right through the middle of the giant deck. Excellent. I like how it connects to this building. Oh, these people are in the pool. Super fun. Wow, this stadium took up 94%. See, must be some expensive props. This is a little cool area too to hang out. More shade. Excellent, very fun. Schmitty VG, good work, buddy. Central Park Field in Metropolis, United States is up next. It has the max altitude, and it was built in 2022. Comes to us from PFK Nunn, using the new batter's eye back here. Looking cool, surrounded by speakers and a bunch of trees. Oh, look at the water out here. Canoe! We have canoe. Oh, shit. And they're being chased down by this guy. Is this a real thing? It's not a real thing, right? Like, I know there's shit deep in the ocean that... A Mosasaurus must be a dinosaur. Is it a real dinosaur, or is it like video game dinosaur? I don't know. Isn't this part of like some monster update? I don't know. I was so mad at that update. I think I have a video showcasing this stuff. Go back and look. Make fun of it. It's quite a bit. I think Frankie was in there making comments. Where is Frankie? We haven't seen Frankie Q in a while in the premieres. Now, this is a train. I remember mentioning this and someone who had a train recently. Does this one still move? But I love this water section out here. Perfect for a park setting. And oh, this is nice. Little minor league feel further down the line, but closer to home plate. You got the upper decks. I like that a lot. This looks fantastic. And you made it nice and clean going around the corner and up all the way to the batter's eye. That is fantastic. PFK Nunn. Well done. This looks like a template. Am I right in that? The home run fence. Nice work. Trees all the way around the stadium. I've never been this excited over just seats before. Not that the rest of this doesn't look great, but this idea, this concept. Oh, and then taking the steps up in here. Okay, cool. This concept with the minor league around the corner and then blending in, I love it. And you made it look so good. The scoreboard in the corner and then another one behind the left field fence. Nicely done. Turn the lights on. I love it. Again, this isn't usually my type of... Well, I mean, I guess it has, like, the Major League feel. And, you know, with the seats around. The people scattered around look great. And the concessions are lined up very nicely. With the little kiosks, too. It's great. Nice work, PFK Nunn. Right field targets. Can you get it past the flags or the monster? Oh, I didn't even see the whale here. This is the statue, right? Nice work. This you got a lot of memory, too. You could still tinker with it some more. PFK Nunn, man. I dig it. Fun. We're going to go back to Texas. We have Missions Field in San Antonio, Texas. Stadium's altitude is 1,027 feet. It was built in 2024. Comes to us from our good buddy Texas Eggs. It seems like it's been a while since we've seen something from him. But he said that his hometown city of San Antonio just got a new stadium approved. And this is his idea for a AAA stadium for the San Antonio Missions. I like the restaurants out in right field. Fun target. I like how the scoreboard goes between. That's fun, too. Using the... What is this guy? An armory, right? And you got the boardwalk above serving as like a deck. Then you got futuristic props behind center field. Got a good blend of old and new. I like it. Symmetrical looking. As you go around, it looks... Ooh, I like this quirky fence, too. That's excellent. Very unique use of luxury seating, also. Every stadium's so different from Texas Ags. But at the same time, he has a recognizable style. Does that make sense? Like, I think if I threw Texas Ags stadium or name in this video, I think it'd be pretty easy to guess that this is his. But it's very different from a lot of his other work. So, nicely done, sir. Great job on the surrounding cities. Oh, this is cool. Is this a real thing? The building right in the middle of the water like that? Seems like, I mean, unless you get to it underground somehow. Seems like it would have to be just like some kind of statue or tower. It's there just for... Oh, and there's another one over here. But this whole little section is fantastic. Oh, and that's just made with concourse. Who knew? Where do you guys think of this stuff? That you can make this look so cool. So cool. Just by flopping 3 concourse pieces down. Excellent job is facing off your stadiums as per usual. You got the fan ramp thingy from Pittsburgh. Took me a while, but I'll get there. Cool lighting system. Did I throw the lights on yet? The perfect deck to use for a minor league stadium to get like an upper deck, but not too many seats. So, nicely done, sir. I love the home run fence out in center field. I don't envy you, sir, if we go to only being able to submit one stadium for a Stadium of the Year contest. Do not envy the choice you have to make. But I think if we do it live, we'll be able to get more stadiums in faster. I'll be able to release those videos faster. The videos may be a little bit longer, and it may take more time, you know, to get through the videos. There'll be dead time loading, but I'll try to make it a little more entertaining somehow. But this is weird, too. Oh, okay. There is a couple that are bent like that, right? I mean, it almost looked like round as opposed to having like a fold in them from up here, doesn't it? Could just be me, especially the one on the right. Excellent stadium, sir. This is an open-air retractable roof stadium on the Cumberland River in East Nashville. It's called the Cumberland Pavilion. It was built in 2026, so it'll be ready in 2026. Has an altitude of 597 feet, home of the Nashville Stars. Comes to us from Sluggish Moth 953, and wow. Got some custom bullpens behind the batter's eye. Very fun. Right field has some luxury suites, custom-made luxury suites. Throwing the door in there. I like it. I definitely borrowed that idea in the stadium that I'm going to show of mine. I like the quirky jolt out in right field. Cool high fence that's brick while the rest is green. I like it. Oh, this walking bridge takes you right across the street, or right across the river, I guess I should say. Wiffle ball field tucked in back here nicely. Man, I hate these stupid rounded corners. I dread having to build a lot of these stadiums again. But at the same time, it'll be so nice. Look at this whole section. Is this that old school? Oh, no, it's the new building. Okay. I thought it was the one hotel that we saw in, what, the first video? Second video? That looks amazing, too. And then you got luxury seats that go, the custom luxury seats that go all the way around. Awesome. Sluggish Moth. You're climbing the list of people I want to beat up. This looks really cool up here, too, using the signs. Now, what are these? Oh, it's the railroad track. Okay. I guess, yeah, that works really well because it kind of looks like a window, too. It looks like it could be a window frame. But, I mean, it's open air, right? You said, so it's like Seattle. Where if you close it, it's just a roof. It's not like enclosed where you can do temperature control, too. Like Arizona or Houston or Texas. Are there any other ones like that? Or is it just Seattle? Miami, I think they can open the windows, right? In left field. Can't they open the windows if they want? This is fantastic. Nice little party deck up here next to the bullpens. With little palm trees and... Right? Are these little palm trees? Potted palm. It's excellent. Very quirky dimensions. Again, having trouble getting a good look from the sky. Maybe this could be a thumbnail. Sluggish Moth. Seems like forever since I haven't stamped one of yours. If I ever have. Using the sign as the home run line. Very necessary, I think. With the brick blending into the brick. Nicely done. I like the bridge is fantastic. Taking you right across the river. Then the entry gate. Okay. Trying to let the camera do the work instead of me babbling out. You don't need me to say, oh, there's some seats right here all the time, right? This looks great. All the way around. Starting at home plate and all the way around to center field. Nice job, man. Nice frickin' job. Okay, let's take a look at this dump. I changed the name of the stadium to the Ramp. It's in Rochester, New York, altitude of 2,500 feet. Built in 2024 for Sewell's Template Challenge. I liked how it turned out. I was very, very happy with it. Thought, hey, I might get a bunch of votes. And then I saw Sewell's, and then I saw Murph's. And I was like, yeah, I don't have a prayer. But, yeah, I still like how it turned out. Obviously, I changed the name of it to the Ramp just because of this structure that I'm pretty fond of. I think it turned out pretty cool. Using this prop came, I think, was it Sluggish Moth? Or maybe Schmitty or Young Gun, Scotty Warren? One of those guys. They used it as a window for a dome. And I was like, wow, that probably could be used for other things because it's kind of a cool structure. I think it's an end cap for the old school roofs, right? But I knew I wanted to do this ramp. I don't know why. I didn't know what I was going to use, but I figured the roof worked out pretty good. Then the problem, of course, is always the railing. I feel like I got to have a railing. And even though people can easily slide through those if they wanted to, and, you know, I think it looks cool. I like the fact that it's kind of two-layered because the ramp itself will take you up to the top of the roof, but then underneath, you know, there's steps that can get you up into here that can maybe take you up. I'm pretty happy with using the grass on top of buildings lately. Ever since the Howard Terminal thing, I always thought that was such a cool idea for the Oakland concept. This building's probably a little too big. On either side, it was originally one section at first. Over here, I think it was just here, and then on this side, it was just right here. And for whatever reason, I decided to extend them, but I think it probably would have looked better if I just would have left that alone. Maybe I'll tinker with it down the road and delete them. But I started over here with the weird little building and then the fountain with the little water in there. And then this little bleacher section that came over. I thought that was pretty cool. I like using the old school roof. A home run derby, I hadn't played a lot of games here yet, but home run derby, you go up on them roofs a lot. And then over here, this fountain, I kind of got the idea from Sandman Dan. He built Aloha Stadium, Aloha Field. I can't remember the name of it. And then I tinkered with it, and then he tinkered back with it. And I mentioned that, hey, it'd be nice if we could put a waterfall in there. And he kind of shortened it up, made it smaller, and it looked great. So I decided to kind of borrow that idea. I don't think it's exactly the same, but it works out. At one point, I was farting around with this, and I kind of liked how the waterfall looked in there, but it stuck out over on the other side there, and I didn't feel like messing with it too much, so I kept it like this. This is just the building turned around to close off the stadium. It's my least favorite thing to do, is closing off stadiums behind the home run fence. Behind here it's pretty easy just because, the seats themselves kind of naturally do it. Although I didn't do the best job with this, but I liked how this little area behind the ramp turned out too. The water with the grass with the trees on top of it. I thought that looked nice. And these buildings always look good, so I decided to use them. You guys have done such a great job with these buildings. I said, let me give it a try, and I think it worked out okay. I think it's a pretty nice backdrop when you're hitting the ramp, of course, and the cherry blossom trees in the background. I think looks good. I like all the different layers back here and down here and over here. But yeah. Yeah, so this was for Sewell's challenge. Don't forget to check out Discord and join Discord if you want to join his current challenge. So I think you have to click a specific link or sign up for it through Discord, join Discord. So yeah, there it is, the ramp in Rochester, New York. Let's move on. We're going to pick out another stadium from Frank JF USA's page in the vault. This is Carpenter Ballpark at the D.C. Mall. It's in Washington, D.C. Has an altitude of 504 feet, built in 1951. And there's some interesting stuff here, like an alien statue and UFO in the middle of a baseball field out here. Pretty cool. I like this. I feel like I've seen this someplace else. Maybe it's here. But I like that. It kind of gives it an alien feel with the rotating, moving sculpture thingy. A couple other baseball fields and a little park area. Nice little village. Hospital with the helicopter right on the helipad. Cherry blossom trees. Oh, here's the... Okay. Is this the little pool thing? This is supposed to be the Washington Monument. And that would make the Lincoln Memorial back here, right? And the Capitol Building. Very nice. We were in Washington, D.C. in 2009. Went and saw my buddy who lives down in Baltimore to see the Yankees play. It was the year the Yankees won the World Series. A-Rod was hurt. He missed a good chunk of the season. And his first game back was the first game in Baltimore. And we didn't go to that game, but we drove by the stadium that day, and he hit a bomb his first day back. And then we went to the next two. They lost the first, won the second. And then they went on to win the World Series that year. And between games, my buddy took us over to D.C., showed us around. We went to the mall, a couple of the museums, and the Lincoln Memorial and stuff like that. It was fun. Fun trip. Yeah, this is a fun little stadium. Frank JF, he does a lot of detail. He has a lot of other quirky stadiums. Or gimmicky, he calls them. So we'll continue to dive into his vault. He always gives us fun stuff. Well, he always offers up. Oh, there's the Watergate Hotel. I didn't notice that before. I tried to watch that show on HBO about it with Justin Theroux and Woody Harrelson. Couldn't get into it. That's a cool shot. That could be a thumbnail right there. That looks excellent. Yeah, most of the detail obviously is in the city around it, the park around it. Field itself is pretty simple, with a few bleachers lined up along the out of play fence and behind the home plate screen and stuff like that. So that's still a beautiful picture right there. Very nice, Frankie. We'll continue to sift through your vault. So this is going to be the second of 3 stadiums in a row where the creators did not ask me to show the stadiums. This is Fanatics Field. It's by Larocco. You guys know by now he's one of my favorite guys out there. Found a lot of cool stuff from him in last year's version of the game, and then coming into this one. I decided to look at his vault the other day, and I found this one, and I really liked it. It's in Jacksonville, Florida, has an altitude of 16 feet, built in 2024, and it's called Fanatics Field. You see you got the anomaly back here. I don't know if they play or not. I haven't played the game here, but this structure kind of stuck out to me. It's the scoreboards turned around facing each other to create a really cool wall, and then he used the holograms for windows, and you got Fanatics Field, and I'm guessing that should... Oh, nope, it's just abbreviations, right? It's not missing letters or anything. And he's got a cool little walkway that goes next to the batter's eye anomaly here. So I wonder what anomaly he has back there, or batter's eye back there. I tend to call them anomalies even though... Let's see if we can sneak in there. Oh, there we go. It's the Hall of Fame one. Yeah, I guess if you raise that wall high enough, it doesn't matter what your backdrop is. But I like how these seats kind of blend into the wall. And the custom bullpens back here between the plaza level seating that is kind of doubling as field level seating. Second deck up here that runs into this building with balconies where people are watching. Left field, very similar, just without the bullpens. Then you got the little restaurant up here with this little deck. Very nice. He's got the... I think I described this in one video. That's kind of a cool shot, too. The piece of furniture for the kitchen that held our microwave when I was a kid, it like slid down. That's what this reminds me of. I don't know why I feel the need to tell you this, but... cool way to face off the stadium on the outside as well. Excellent. Very unique shape. Larocco's got such good stuff. He was pretty regular on the channel before I was getting a lot of requests. Look at that. That's a cool shot right there. I'm not sure he ever got a stamp because I wasn't giving him out when I was showing his stadiums, but just how clean it is and very Texas Ags Archmage Murph. And the way that he faces off the outside of the stadium, excellent. I mean, look at all that. Great work. From what I remember, unless he's recreating a stadium, which he does have some recreations, mostly at minor league parks, I think, in his vault, he doesn't spend a lot of time outside of the stadium, unless it's just facing it off. But you won't see a lot of like little villages or anything like that, neighborhoods. Again, unless it's a recreation of a minor league stadium or something where you can see a lot of that in the background. But he's really good, and I really enjoy the work of the next person as well. This is Tropicana Park. It's in Tampa, Florida. Has an altitude of 48 feet, built in the year 2027. And if you know this creator as well as I do, you can probably tell it was made by Marco113002. This guy just has a style. I think, who was it? Was it RC4 in the last video, who I said his last stadium was like wonderfully congested. That's how all of Marco's stadiums are. Just look at how much different stuff he has jammed in this one little section, but they still look good. These cool circular decks with the moss or ivy, and then using turned around numbers for the sign. Excellent. And then he builds these different ways to kind of change sections, and he must have made this one in the older version of the game where there was no standing room props, because he used to do this to get people to turn around. Now, this is interesting why he would have to do this when he's using bleachers here. I don't know. But, yeah, you know, when you used to have to use... Let me pull one apart here. When you would try to get people close to the field, you know, make it look like they're sitting on a picnic table or something like that, you obviously couldn't do like this. Because if you try to bury the rest of the people and just have that top row showing, the front people are, you know, leaking into the field. So he came up with the idea, or at least he's the only person I've seen do it, at least early on, is he would turn the bleachers around. Because far away, it would still look okay. So, yeah, this one I would love to get some kind of reasoning why he had to turn those around like that. I don't know. Interesting choice. But, I mean, he's so good. Yeah, and he has these little sections where it's green and either on a hill, or he custom makes it, or just puts a lot of plants in there. And then again, he's got these fun little sections that are, you know, sectioned off. And then he's got the counters, you know, that would look great, you know, if he'd made this when they put the standing room only. And again, you could probably fit some standing room only people in here. Then, of course, it comes right out into the water, which looks amazing. He incorporated the Western Metal Supply Company, made it retractable roof. Next time I need to maybe fill in a video with a stadium or two. I ran into another one that I would like to show of his. But, yeah, he's got this quirky little structure to kind of hold the roof when it slides over. He's just got so many fun little targets and everything. He's another person I would love to talk to. I can't remember if he found me on Reddit or finally caught a video and commented in the comments. I think it was that one. I don't think it was Facebook. But he finally reached out and said, "Hey, I heard you're a fan. Thanks for showing my stadiums. Feel free to show them." And I'm like, dude, you're freaking amazing. I would love to have him on and chat with him about some of his ideas. But as I said in the past, he's kind of fallen off since 22. 22, he had so many stadiums. And then 23, he kind of fell off. And then 24, it seems like even more. So, but he did have some stadiums with anomalies. So he was pretty active in that part. But, yeah, he's got a little stadium working across the little river here, too, in the drawbridge. So, yeah, he spends a little time outside of the stadium. But one of his stadiums was the second stadium I ever showed on this channel. I'm in the middle of compiling a list of every stadium I've ever shown, at least in extravaganza videos. I don't know if I want to go through the live feeds. I mean, I guess I could, but, I mean, I would have to go through every one because there's some times where I was playing a game and then someone would hop on and say, "Hey, show this one real quick," and I'd, you know, show it. So, but I think I usually showed them again in the extravaganzas anyway, so. But, yeah, Tropicana Park, Marco 113002. Very much worth your time to go into his vault. I mean, he's got stadiums in his vault that don't even look finished that are better than anything I would ever think of. They're still named Batter's Eye Park from Sewell's template, for crying out loud, and they're still better than anything I would ever make, so... I'm a fan of this guy. He's one of the greats. So, Marco, if you tune into this one, thanks again for dropping a line. I don't know if you've seen any other videos where I've interviewed some of the great creators who have made a name for themselves in the stadium creator community, but if you hear this, I would love to reach out to you and chat with you on a stream about some of your stadiums. So, did I turn the lights on? Again, with a retractable roof, it's hard to get in here and get a good aerial shot. But, yeah, it looks amazing. All right, let's get back to some stadiums that were requested. Moving right along to another creator who I happen to be a big fan of. This gentleman actually requested the stadium to be shown. This is Seagram 7 Park. It's in Las Vegas, Nevada. Has an altitude of 2,800 feet, built in 23. And this creator is Lemur F Baby. You can see that style already with the solid custom structures and the giant chain fence windows. A lot of his stadiums have stuff like this, and this is fantastic. Again, never my favorite batter's eye, but when you kind of build around it to frame it like that, I think it makes it look a lot more professional and less minor leaguey or spring training or college. So it looks great. And then pulling everything almost right up to this home run fence looks great. You're going to hit balls in here. You're going to hit balls up top. Maybe up on the roof, too. Excellent. I always like these concepts, too, where it kind of is a straight line, and then at a certain point it goes down a little bit lower. I think that looks really good. And he used, what is this, laser ribbon, I'm guessing? Yep. To kind of fence off this other area, and then used the concourse piece to angle it back down. And of course you have another layer of bleachers underneath that, and then again using singers to kind of give you a highlight underneath when you're playing night games. See, that looks cool. He finally left a comment. I kind of gave him a shout out saying I'd love to chat with him in the live chat or maybe interview him in a live stream or something like that. And he said, thanks for showing the stadiums. He has not been in any of the live vids or premieres. He doesn't usually do outside of the stadium because he takes up all of his memory inside of the stadium. And he's going to try in the future to get into a live stream. Love to chat with him, get inside of his head. I think he's got a very recognizable style, and it's a great style. Oh, this is cool. See, he kind of built around the Atlanta Braves building to get that window up there. See, I always tend to want to use this one when I'm building the custom windows, and that certainly looks really good. The glass is cleaner, so I think it shines more and looks better. So nice job, Lemur F Baby. Fantastic stadium. And then there's his custom bullpen. Most of his builds have one. And of course, this one over here. Nice. Always does a good job of having those video screens stick out from that one bathroom. Looks fantastic. And there's Seagrams. I just love this whole section. This is a unique feature, too. Using the intentional talk sign to be a pillar. And then he used the windows, kind of what we were talking about earlier. Nice job, man. Fantastic build. Flip that light as we zoom in again. And take a good look at the stadium at night. Wow. Cool idea using the amusement park ride, too, to kind of host the scoreboard. Nice. Then use the Hall of Fame sign as pillars under here. Looks great, man. Lemur F Baby. I am a fan. Oh, look at this. A little covered pool in here. People are inside chilling out. Oh, he made it bigger. He used the slide to make the pool a little bit bigger. Nice. I like that. Cool idea, sir. Like I say, after every stadium I show of yours, I'm a fan. Very quirky dimensions. Nice work. This is another stadium that was not requested to be shown, but unlike the other three that I showed you, I did not go hunting for this one. The other three, I kind of cruised through their vaults just to kind of take a peek at something I might want to show. But this one, I was just playing the game. I looked through the vault, and this one was right there. Now, this is from Jude 3 Cardinal. And that name sounds familiar, but I was cruising through his vault, looking for this stadium, and I don't remember necessarily showing one, but this is Paradise Park version 2, V2, Maui, Hawaii, max altitude, built in 2016. He has a lot of pages, and I didn't dig very far, but it has canoes. And I love this multi-layered bleacher section out here. And I like having the little mini deck in between. And then he's got the stairs taking you up and around. Fantastic work. Using mostly marble and then kind of highlighting things, or using this as a wall or a barrier to kind of keep a railing maybe. Cool fountain in the corner. Hall of Fame section back here. Maybe we showed Paradise Park version 1. I did notice that was in there. He's got a cool little bleacher section underneath this upper deck. Has that on both sides. Team store all the way around. And then back again over here. There's the skyline of Maui in the background. Ooh, I like the whales. Focusing on this Homer deck with the tiki hut in the middle and then two little guys back here. Very fun stadium. I felt like I had to show this one once I saw it myself. The steamboat, the party pier with 2 Ferris wheels. Excellent. Parking lot that I'm sure the stadium and the party pier share. Yeah, saw it, had to take a peek, loved it. It's a beautiful ballpark. Again, I mean, I kind of feel guilty by the people who take the time to build the stadium and submit it and all that. But again, I feel like if I run into a cool stadium, I should share it, because the vault is just full of garbage. So there it is. Paradise Park V2 from Jude 3 Cardinal. If you happen to run into this channel, or again, I apologize if you have shown a stadium on here before. Like I said, the name sure sounds familiar. Keep making more stadiums and send them my way. Very, very nice work. Green Street Field is next in the list. This is from Hollywood, California. Has an altitude of 1,700 feet. Built in 2024. Now, watching the video back of the first stadium this gentleman submitted, I'm looking at his name, and I'm wondering, is it MT Green, or if he's trying to like empty green, like MT Green 23. But he made his debut not too long ago here in Studio 44, and his next contribution is fantastic. Well, at least looking from the thumbnail already, I love this out here in right. Very Lemur F baby with the screen, and then the bleachers right above, plaza above that, and then using the very top of the Twin Towers type building in the back. Excellent. And then this is closed off nicely. Is this an anomaly? Oh no, it's that scoreboard. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, nice. Cool section over here. Oh, what's the, okay, so this takes you up underneath. Excellent. To behind the fence. And then down here is a little picnic area with the scoreboard. Okay. Fantastic. Very much like the seating right here. And then the top deck of bleachers. Home run deck above the batter's eye here, the batter's eye hill. The bullpen. This is cool. Another fun fan area where you can come hang out and get some food, look at a statue or two. Okay, just one statue. Or just sit and watch the ball game from a bench pressed right up against the home run fence. Very cool. Bleacher section above that, and then another one above that. Across the street, you have the Cold Drinks Steakhouse. Very, very nice. Cleveland Guardian scoreboard. Again, nice kind of squared off or sharp. Oh, this is cool. Nice custom little deck around there. MT green. This is fantastic. In the notes, he says he showed his wife the part of the video that I featured his stadium. She said, "Wow, so there are other nerds out there that like that too." And then he followed up with, "It's a nerd community, and I'm happy to be included in it." Yeah, I think so. I mean, I've never been ashamed of being a nerd. You know, my Star Wars and my Marvel movies and all that stuff. It's just weird because, like, I see other people, you know, who look like they could be 45, and I'm like, man, that guy's so old. And I'm like, wait a second, I'm 45. But one of the reasons, you know, I think I feel a lot younger is because of my nerd qualities. Like, I'm lucky enough to work at a job where I get to wear my Star Wars and Marvel and Yankee shirts to work every day. And, you know, we have Respect the Pick where we talk about a lot of nerd stuff. And I always thought that baseball is kind of the nerd sport. And I don't know why that is like that, but baseball's just always been a huge part of my life. This is a gorgeous shot if you spin around like this. This is a great stadium. That right field, I can't remember who it was. Maybe Scotty Warren or Sluggish Moth. They had a cool stadium like that where you could enter from in here and it took you down. But I think they had windows in here and there was a very similar, like, concession structure, right? This is very different, and I like that because you can go up or down. So that's really cool. In this little courtyard that definitely looks like it could be a real entrance to a stadium. Very Cleveland-esque, if we have anybody who's been to Jacobs Field. You don't really see that area on TV games, you know, or when you watch games on TV, that area behind center field, I never really knew was there until even after the first time I went there back in 2004. I never really knew what was all back there, but then we entered through one of those gates back in 22 when we went. We noticed that there was a whole little section back there, and they had the Hall of Fame circle over here, so these little areas always remind me of Cleveland now, but gorgeous, gorgeous stadium. Empty green, 23. Whoops. Once again, I may have hit that stamp too hard. Nope, it's still there. Nice. Okay. It's a beautiful park. Looks great lit up. Lots of fun little hidden gems. And we'll move on. Let's head over to a place that doesn't exist. This is the fictional city of Rock City, Arizona. It hosts Rock City Field Hotel and Casino, created by Soul Crusher 189. This is his second stadium submitted into Studio 44. Says he wanted to go for a completely enclosed stadium. It's the home of the Red Rockets. Wanted to get a little creative behind home plate. And asked us to take a look. Well, I can see the fountain surrounds the batter's eye, which is always fun. Cool little custom structure to hide the green. I like it a lot. Ooh, gray seats. You know what this makes me think? Tell me if I'm crazy, okay? Speaking of being a nerd. Zelda. You're so used to, like, blue and green seats, and then all of a sudden the background is silver. It reminds me of all the dungeons in the original Zelda game. It's all blue, green, blue, green, blue, green. Then you get to level 8, and boom, it's all silver. For some reason, that just hit me. Tell me if I'm crazy, or if it makes sense. There, okay, that's cool. That's very unique, I'd say. Bunch of stairs taking you up to the pool and some posh seating, right? We just discovered that earlier. Oh, and there's a whole fountain or pool back here. Excellent. All right, now we're talking. Yeah, I'd say very unique behind home plate there, Soul Crusher. Here's the multi-tiered concourse he was talking about. Home of the Red Rockets. I can't help but think South Park there. Red Rocket. Red Rocket. Soul Crusher 189. There he is. Cool way to host the scoreboard with the new signs out there. Rock City Field, Hotel and Casino. And then there's the Hotel and Casino, I'm assuming. See, I thought that when this first came out, it was a casino. But I could be wrong. I guess it's the Brown Complex. This looks cool with all the different concession stands crammed in right next to each other in the kids zone. And then you got the Rock City Galleria. Fun. Yeah, completely enclosed. Everything he said it was. Looks like he's got the hotel and casino on either side. I love it. It's good stuff. Behind home plate's really cool. Those multiple layers of concessions and such is super cool as well. And I like the custom structure hosting the waterfalls. Excellent. Soul Crusher 189. Thanks a lot, man. I dig it. I'm trying to wrap up this video, guys, but I just ran into another fantastic stadium in the vault, and I had to dig back for it to find the original creator. I hope I got the right person. This is Parc Labatt Montreal Expos. It's in Montreal, Quebec, altitude of 500 feet, built in 2024, and the first creator I saw to upload it was KillSwitch6915. And right field kind of stuck out to me first with this cool little concourse out here with the brick and then the stone wall facing off this little waterfall area. And then you have another little standing room area only section next to the batter's eye. Now, is it me or am I seeing a lot of turned batter's eyes lately? Certainly works in this park. Behind the batter's eye is the little wavy roof with beverage concessions back in there. These people are hanging out against the wall, as are these guys watching from behind the batter's eye. Another stadium using that fence we just saw, right? Yeah. Another cool concourse on top of some Plaza Luxury. Fun little concourse down here. And then a double deck above it. Wiffle ball field in left field. Another great stadium. Pretty standard around and behind. Looks like it could be a retractable roof. There's the fan ramp again. Ramp around. I can never remember some of the names of these places. Montreal in the background. Whenever I think of Montreal, I think of, what's that movie? Whole Nine Yards with Bruce Willis. Because there's a beautiful shot of the city, you know, at the beginning of the credits. And then when Bruce Willis and Matthew Perry are talking, you know, the first time they really, you know, get to know each other. And there's a great view of the city from up there. It's not the best movie in the world. I mean, it's entertaining, but it's fun enough. Just another great stadium I saw a thumbnail of real quick. So the vault turning out some good stuff today. But again, it was like the 8th person to upload the stadium. Oh, another little section underneath. Oh, yeah, green windows on the blue home run fence. Yeah, great stuff. I don't want to spend too much time in here because I want to get to people who actually submitted the stadium, but where did it go? Killswitch 6915. if you happen upon this video, drop a line. Very, very, very much enjoyed the stadium. Another gentleman who I think we've seen a couple stadiums from before is Slick 102544. Maybe one or two, not a whole lot, but I seem to remember that big long number back there. This is Howard Terminal, Oakland, altitude of 100 feet, built in 2028. He says it's not exactly the real renderings that we've come across, but the overall concept's there, and he says he's been tinkering with the stadium since April because of memory limits. But the first thing I think of is the ramp up, and that's what he's got going with these trees. And again, the green on the top. And this is what always gave me the idea or the love for putting the green on top of a building, is seeing those renderings. And then it's definitely a different take on it from what I've seen. A much smaller ramp, but I like that he has the trees, and he does have the green in the ramp, hosted by the sand concourse. And then he's using the futuristic seating to kind of complete the outfield look. Then he's got some fan sections. Fan. It's late. I need to wrap up this video and get to bed. But man, I just keep running into great stadiums. And this is another one that I happened to find in the Google form last minute, so I snuck it in here. Again, more green. Oh, I didn't realize that green overhung so much. So it's kind of blocking the sun from these guys under here, giving them some shade. Nice. Yeah, I've seen renderings. They looked pretty basic, and it looks like you've added a lot more detail to it. So in that way, I think it's better. Oh, great job facing it off on the outside, too. And then, yep, giving it the port look with the big apartment building. I think I remember that being part of the plan, right? To create some kind of housing units or something like that. But we'll flip that light switch on. And I do remember that, at least from the renderings, most stadiums, we talk about how they're sunk a little bit. They dig below street level, and that's where the field rests. This one, at least the concepts, I think I remember them looking like the field is right on the street level. But, oh no, he's got it dug in a little bit. Okay. Either way, it looks fantastic. It's definitely a different take on the Howard terminals that you see in the vault, and that's always fun. You know, sometimes you hear something like, oh, I got a version of the Sandlot. Oh, I got a version of the Field of Dreams. And you're like, oh, another one? But, I mean, when you guys put such different detail and use different props to make them look different, it's refreshing to see different takes on it. Wrigley, L.A., I've got like 4 people to show it, and I'm like, oh, this one again. But each one is different and unique, and they look great. And I have one more to look at. Just waiting to find it in the vault. I think wasn't uploaded yet, but yeah, that looks really, really cool. That might be our thumbnail right there. And if you're going to get the thumbnail, you got to think you're going to get a stamp. So great job, Slick. 102544. Beautiful version of the Oakland Howard Terminal project. Fingers crossed, who knows? I mean, it still could happen, right? It still could happen. Even if it's not, you know, like the Vegas thing falling through. There's been talk of like a Cleveland Brown situation where they move, and then as soon as there's expansion, they're the first team to get that expansion team back. But, I mean, are they going to be the A's? Are they going to be the Athletics if they move to Las Vegas? That's the thing. I don't know that much. I haven't heard that much. Mark Stevens, you'll have to fill me in on that one, buddy. All right. Thank you, Slick. Excellent stadium. I'm trying to end this video, guys. I really am. But it's funny. I noticed Skechers Field in the vault. and then I look at my Google form one more time trying to find the one that I'm actually looking for, and there's a new request, and it's Skechers Field or Skechers Filed. I don't know if that's a typo or if it's some weird name, but this is in Salt Lake City, Utah. Has altitude of 4,265 feet, built in 2024. And it comes to us from Tiger Shark 600. Seems like it's been a little while since we've seen one from him. Now, he said in the notes that it's a remake of the original, remix. Remix of one you did or someone else? I don't remember. I do remember seeing a Skechers Field or two back in the day, showcasing them here. But you'll have to refresh my memory on that one. But, I mean, it's pretty standard behind the home run fences, just field level seating. And behind that is a funky lion's den structure, which looks pretty cool. Takes you up to the Baltimore Orioles warehouse. Very nice. Then you got pools and decks and concessions and scoreboards and lots of fun stuff. Fountain behind the batter's eye. Little mossy custom extra batter's eye in case the brick isn't big enough. And then again, field level seating with concessions behind it. Laser ribbon surrounding the fan stairs. Utah. Pretty standard around and behind. I dig it. A couple buildings here and there outside for some extra scenery. Parking garage and parking lots. Fantastic. Faced off with the building with the wood pillars. And there it is lit up. Using the seat indicators on top. Looks great in the dark. Throwing some concession stands in there. And it looks fantastic. It looks like the garage door where grounds crew would keep all their stuff. And then bullpens over here. Very nice. Tiger Shark. Glad you could sneak this one in. I just feel guilty, Everybody, they wait so long to see their stadiums because the editing process takes so long. And I would feel so bad if I recorded a video and then, realizing I just missed a request within, minutes. So I'm glad we snuck this one in for you. And I look forward to seeing more from you soon. DeSoto Little League in DeSoto, Missouri is our next stadium. Has a max altitude, built in 1986, and it comes to us from the man, the myth, the legend, Murph075. Now, this stadium is very upsetting to me because it says right in the notes here, I mentioned it earlier in other stadiums he submitted, his PS5 is acting up, making it hard to build. So I hope that doesn't mean we won't see some new ones for you in a while, because this is the last one in the queue I have from you. He says this is a near complete copy of the small railroad town outside of St. Louis his family lived at for years. So there's the railroad tracks and the railroad and the trains right on the tracks, surrounded by roads on either side. Super cool. Great detail in the little village, of course. Going all the way, holy crap, all the way down here. He's got the roads going up, different heights, up and down little hills and such. The church way back here, holy crap. Yeah, now this is a little city. I mean, you would think, you could have a lot of memory to spend on the city, because any Little League field's not going to have a whole lot of detail to it. I know my Little League field was a chain fence with grass behind it. So it's pretty simple in here. The beauty of this stadium is clearly the little town where Murph's family lived for years. Then there's another field over here. Awesome. So much detail. All the trees in different spots and the hills going up and down. And so do you do this for memory, Murph, or do you map quest it to, or not map quest it, but Google Earth it or something? Can you map quest and get this like a bird's eye view or a straight up and down view or whatever? I mean, it looks great. Look at that. Quaint little village. to host the fun little league field. Thanks, Murph. Listen, get your PlayStation fixed, okay? We don't want to go too long without a Murph creation. Now, this one has been in the back of my mind for a little while, this creator anyway. This is the North Pole remix. I accidentally ran into this one last night, and I was going to write it down to showcase it. And then I noticed that there was a request to show it in my queue. Now, the reason why it's been confusing me a little bit is because it comes to us from Mo2179. Now, normally when we have these little snafus in the gamer tags, like Dadbod, if you search Dadbod, it comes up Spanky McSlappy. Or if you search Jace Chiff, it comes up Jace115 or 155 or something like that. But in this case, if you search 2179, Mo2179, it doesn't come up anything. So you put in the name of the stadium, and it comes up Mo Games 2193. So, yeah, and I was looking his name up recently because I recorded a couple Ricky Davis League games, and the one he did with the bridge going across into the batter's eye. So I was trying to find the name of the stadium and the creator, and yeah, that conundrum came up. So yeah, Mo2179 is also Mo Games 2193, but I mean, right away, right field. First of all, a shout out to Sewell with Sewell Express Brewery. It's the last stadium, guys. It's midnight on a Wednesday. I'm ready for bed. But yeah, the train goes right through. It's a little early for Christmas, but I mean, we are in October. I'm sure there's a couple department stores that have some Christmas stuff out already. Now, I never understood the hate. I don't get why people get so mad about it. I mean, I could get being confused about it, but like so mad. It's like, why are Christmas stuff already in Target? Rah, what the hell? Rah, it's only October. Rah. I mean, are you mad that the patio furniture isn't out anymore already or something? I don't know. But we spent a whole segment on it, and Respect the Pick, how people just get so. And the same thing with Christmas music. It's like, we don't want to hear Christmas music. We want to hear Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi for the 18th billionth time. Oh, look at this in the middle. That looks great. This whole little village, yeah. Baseball field in the middle of Santa's workshop, it looks like. Fantastic. You got the gift wrapped, and you got toys. These little houses definitely look like they would be North Pole houses. Elves live in there. Wonder if Buddy lived in one of those. But yeah, the train track is so cool. But it rides right up along the home run fence, and it's got the little cover. This is a unique feature, too, just to have the slanted wall in there like that. Looks like a paper cutter. Look at that. North Pole Field. Now, he said this is a remix, or... Yeah. He said the first stadium he tried to make back in way back in the show 22. He kept versions of it and kept trying to rebuild it, but then he saw Sewell's Riverside Showdown build with a train in left field and gave him a kick in the pants to get it finished. He says the field isn't well lit, but he wanted it a little bit poorer lit to see the beautiful background there, and I see what he's talking about. That looks amazing back there. So what did he do? Is those? Yep, he added the seat indicators. Excellent. Kind of looks like Christmas lights from far away, so good move. That little star in the middle, that is excellent. Excellent little creation. He says there's Easter eggs, only one hidden canoe in the build. It shouldn't be too hard to find. Stadium center on the building past and center. Yep, there it is back there. I see it. Santa's Workshop or Sewell's Studio. Oh, Peepsco. Ha. Where's Santa's house? Or Sewell's Brewery. Oh, he's saying this is either Santa's place or Sewell's Studio. Oh, he says it's Biff vibes from Back to the Future 2 with the casino. Biffco. Okay, hey, I'll take it. I like it. I get a lot of fills and I get a lot of Studio 44s. I haven't got any Peebs yet, so thanks, Mo. I dig it. Now, he said the canoe is not too hard to find, so I'm guessing it's in where the water is. And this water structure is great, the way it's... Oh, there it is. Canoe! Hidden back in the water. Up with the 44 right on top. Nice. Fantastic. Yeah, this whole little castle is amazing. Added a couple buildings to it, right? Yep. To make it that much more impressive. That's gorgeous. And then putting the fountain in the middle of it. And this little deck. Or bridge, maybe. Fan-frickin-tastic. Now you make me want to go back and look at the 22 version and see what the differences are. But, man, this is one of the better Christmas ones I've ever seen. I think Murph did a real good one. And I've run into a couple good ones in the vault, too. But this may be the best. So, the best of anything, definitely gets a stamp. I can't imagine anyone disagreeing with me on this one. Mo2179, or like I said, Mo Games 2193. Maybe this is our new thumbnail. Yeah, that looks great. Or maybe from behind home plate. I guess you guys will see what I decide, huh? Before you even hear this. Fantastic. So, that was another crazy long video. I think at 18 stadiums. 19 stadiums. Holy crap. Well, do you have a stadium you want seen in the next Stadium Extravaganza video straight out of Studio 44? All you have to do is follow the link in my description of my channel, the description of this video, or Studio 44 with Phil Sherman on Facebook. While I'm bringing up the Google form, I want to take this opportunity to ask again, please, A, make sure the stadiums you want to be seen are uploaded, and B, type the stadium out exactly how it appears in the vault. I've had so many stadiums in this video alone where the stadium's supposed to be, I'll use my stadiums for an example. I have United Airlines Field. If I submitted it to Sewell and say it's United Airlines Park, you mess one little thing up and it's not going to come up at all. So if it doesn't come up, then you got to search park, or you got to search field, or you got to search stadium, or you got to search yard, or whatever. So please. Same thing with user IDs. Exactly the way they show up in the vault. It saves me a ton of time, and I really appreciate it because I want to get these stadiums out to you as soon as possible. So thank you so much to everybody. Thank you for your patience. I know this has been a little bit of a longer video, but again, I think well worth sitting through because you got some fantastic stadiums in here. I finally have the highlight video all edited together. I think I've decided on maybe a quick turnaround, show some stadiums I have left over in the queue, and then I'll show the highlights, and then I'll show some more stadiums to close it off. But either way, you're going to see some stadiums, and then I have more highlights saved that I didn't record yet, including some really big moments in the RDL that happened right in your stadium. So be on the lookout for that. That's going to be fun to talk about. So thank you so much for watching. As always, if you like the video, click that like button, or I guess smash the like button is the thing to say now, right? Make sure you smash it. Smash that like button. Smash that like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to the channel. The more, the merrier. Approaching that 650 mark. Check out Respect the Pick. And check out the Studio 44 store connected right below the description of my channel. Thank you, as always, so much for watching, and we'll catch y'all very soon.